A Plaguelands Media production.
Hey everyone, this is Hugh from Plaguelands Media bringing you another book review today. So, cheers. Today we are looking at Elevation by Stephen King. Now this is a novella, much shorter than his typical works, clocking in at a little over 100 pages. It is not a horror novel, although at the beginning of the book you might be mistaken for thinking that it is going to turn out that way. It really doesn't. This is more of a character study, a relationship study. So let's just get straight into the next episode of...
Read a fucking book. 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 People.
Okay, where to begin with Elevation? I really did enjoy it, even though it lacks a lot of the horror elements that Stephen King is very well known for. The book revolves around the main character, the narrator, who is losing weight very, very quickly, which is kind of reminiscent of Thinner, which is what I kind of thought this was heading towards. He visits a doctor friend of his and lets the doctor know that no matter what he's wearing or what he's holding, his weight kind of stays the same. It's almost as if gravity doesn't work around him with any of the objects that are on this guy's body or person at the time that he is being weighed. But he seems to be losing weight very, very rapidly. The doctor is kind of concerned, wants him to go and get tested, but he doesn't want to be kind of a lab rat. So that's really the main plot of this, is what's kind of going on with this guy, which you ultimately never find out. There is a more important side story regarding this guy's neighbors, these two women that have moved to Castle Rock. Of course, it's set in Castle Rock, Stephen King's most famous town. And these two women own a restaurant, and every day they kind of go jogging with their dogs, and their dogs are taking shits on this guy's lawn, and he just wants them to clean it up. Like, it's not anything malicious. He just basically wants them to be held accountable for what their dogs are doing. Of the two women, there's Deirdre, who is very aggressive, so to speak, and Missy, who's the more kind of demure. If you want to be very crude about it, Deirdre's the butch, Missy's the bitch in the lesbian relationship. Now, that comes up, the fact that they are lesbians does come up at one point, but it's not like this dominating factor of the story. It's just who these characters are. I thought it was very well done. They ultimately become friends, and we get to see this kind of friendship progress as he loses more and more weight and discovers that gravity no longer kind of has an effect on him. And it is ultimately about what happens to this man when he reaches kind of 0 kilograms, I guess you could say. I really, really enjoyed this. It's a great character study, which Stephen King does very, very well in a lot of his books. There's nothing horrific about it. It's just a heartwarming, very sad, very poignant story, a very quick read. That is Elevation by Stephen King. So not much to say about this one. If you're a Stephen King fan, you'll enjoy it. So there you have it. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Of course, take a drink. It's the weekend. At least it is where I am. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. But most importantly, stay safe Have a fantastic rest of your day. Read a fucking book, people.